You know, every now and then here on What's New, we have to tell you some of the bad news along with the good news. And no matter what the reason is that you've gone to the I-X Center in the past, chances are you've taken a ride on the Ferris wheel. But soon, that will no longer be an option.
Yeah, that's hard to believe, too. Leaders plan to get rid of the very popular attraction to make way for a new era. Our Brandon Simmons joins us now with more on this. Brandon, good evening to you. It looks like this is the end of an era at the I-X Center.
Yeah, definitely the end of an era, Jay. This one is a bummer for a lot of people, really. After more than 30 years, the Ferris wheel will be no more. And that's because changes are really coming to the I-X Center as a whole as part of a much larger renovation project. Now, the Ferris wheel, whether you like it or not, was the obvious centerpiece of every show that went on at the I-X Center. It stood at 125 feet tall and protruded through the roof of the building. But now they're going to have to take it down as there are plans to build a dividing wall to actually split the show floor space into different sections so that the building can be used more efficiently. So most events that come to the I-X Center right now aren't able to use all of that event space at one time. Now, many will be sad about the Ferris wheel's departure, including the folks who run the facility.
We don't want it to go away. We wish we could keep it inside this building and create more memories. But again, just by right-sizing the space, looking at what is the best use of this space? And unfortunately, that just does not fit within the footprints.
Now, there is some good news out of this. The Ferris wheel will not be demolished. It's going to be taken apart and moved to a new location, hopefully somewhere here in Northeast Ohio, but they're still working to determine exactly where it'll end up. Now, those renovations we talked about at the I-X Center will begin in April, and they should be done by October of this year. And the Ferris wheel will have to be taken down at some point during that time frame, Jay and Betsy. And I know we all have memories there. I have pictures with my kids on the Ferris wheel, although they were scared at times. They're still little, but a lot of us are going to miss seeing it there at all of the shows. And like I said, it was the centerpiece for everything. You couldn't miss it.
Yeah, it's going to be. Do we know if that skylight is going to go too? Because the little structure that goes above the roof, so the Ferris wheel could fit in it.
Yeah,
I
that's
guess
something.
They don't need that now.
Yeah, I would assume that would go away because I would think it would be kind of weird to have it there and not have the Ferris wheel sticking up through there. But
right.
That's something we're not completely sure of. But again, we know they're using the I-X Center space in a lot of different ways. We know Gojo moved in and started to have some production stuff there. So they're really trying to be efficient about what's happening there.
Well, Brandon, you mentioned taking your girls on the Ferris wheel. It's been a tradition with my girls, too. I actually posted a picture. This was Violet's first whirl on the old Ferris wheel there, and it's that moment when you get to the top and your hair kind of comes up just a little bit. I posted that on my Instagram feed, and man, that I go back to that every now and then, and just that moment where it's that feeling like, oh, and you see the airplanes and everything. It's hard to believe it's going to go away.
I know it is. It's hard to believe that it's gone. Just turning a page to a new era at the I-X Center. So Brandon said they're going to take it down and put it back up somewhere else, perhaps somewhere in Northeast Ohio. Do you have a dream location for where you would like to see it go up?
I mean, I would think something like the Western Reserve Historical Society would look at that as a piece of Northeast Ohio bit, right? Especially with the I-X Center logo on it right in the middle. Yeah. Most certainly they have the Ferris wheel or the merry-go-round there. So if they have a massive expansion project, throw a Ferris wheel in.
I have the perfect place. I'd like to see it behind the center field wall at Progressive Field. Imagine watching a baseball game from the top seat of the Ferris wheel. That would be fun. Or
catching a home run ball in the Ferris.
That would be a long home run.
That'd be the dinger for sure.
It's pretty cool though. I hope it does pop up somewhere else in Northeast Ohio.
Good conversation.